We have something else to enjoy here in the Queen City. Of course, it is art. It is the Shout Charlotte installation for 17 days. That kicked off on Friday. And our Destiny Richards spoke to one of the organizers there, Molly Kenny, who is the Uptown marketing manager for Charlotte Center City Partners, about this great installation. Let's go to that interview now here on Live Impact News on WCNC+.
Tell us a little bit about the, bringing things from other places versus highlighting local artists and the local culture here in the Queen City. How much of it is local, how much of it is bringing things from other places?
So the majority of Charlotte Shout is local artists, local creators, local food, local restaurants. So the majority of Charlotte Shout celebrates, the local creatives in our city, and just a small element of it is the international pieces. So we like to say there's discovery from around the world and around the corner at Charlotte Shout. So the majority of Charlotte Shout is local.
All right, awesome. And there's a way for people to really plan their day if they plan to go out and check out everything going on. So tell us a little bit about, for people who have not heard of Charlotte Shout but everything looks very intriguing to them, how should they go about it? Yeah,
so if you stumble upon Charlotte Shout one day and you're super excited to get involved, you want to head to our website, charlotteshout.com, and there's going to be an event section on our website. This will have a whole calendar of events happening on all various days, and you'll want to favorite. There's a star button in the top right corner of the event, so you'll want to favorite all of those events and then click My Itinerary. So you'll go to your list category, and then the My Itinerary category is the second tab, and then it'll list out all of those events online, and you'll be able to drag and drop the ones that aren't time sensitive. So if you want to put Mi Casa or Emotion, the seesaws, in your itinerary, you'll be able to drag those around based off of what you want to do, and then all of the events that are time sensitive will be listed out in your itinerary, so it'll make it super easy and really organized for you to figure out where you want to go, when you want to be there, and explore the festival.
All right, and based off of just the scope of everything, we're here in First Ward Park, but how wide is this? How far will people see, installations out there, and how can people plan going day versus night? Is it just in Uptown?
Charlotte Shout is only in Uptown Charlotte, so you'll definitely want to get to Uptown. We recommend, pro tip, starting at First Ward Park where we are now and parking at the market at 7th Street. If you park at the market at 7th Street, you can pick up a snack. One of the vendors will validate your parking, which is always nice, so you'll get 2 hours of free parking at the market. Walk over to First Ward Park, do all the interactive installations, and then head next door to Victoria Yards. So if you're there this weekend, Victoria Yards will be home to the Carolina Barbecue Festival, which is going to be super amazing, and then there's going to be live music with the Carolina Barbecue Festival, and then after the festival finishes on the 5th, there will be live music, and that will be where the main stage will be. So you'll want to go First Ward Park, then Victoria Yards, and then you can make your way all the way to Overstreet Mall, so up I believe 7th Street, then a right or a left down Tryon Street. Head into Overstreet Mall. There's going to be Shout Chic, sorry. So many S's in Charlotte Shout, but it's an amazing event with Will White, who's a local fashion designer. So you'll be able to see all of his creations, his designs. He's made some really amazing pieces that will be on display, and he'll have a couple of different workshops. And then there will be a couple of other really amazing local creators in Overstreet Mall. And then from Overstreet Mall, you'll want to head to Luminous Lane. Luminous Lane was created 2 Shouts ago, so 2 years ago, for Charlotte Shout, and it's an amazing alleyway, completely reimagined with over 42 murals done by creators that are local and then creators from around the world. So it's a really great blend of art. And then from Luminous Lane, you'll want to go to either Pianodrome. So if the weather's not really great or you just want to see this amazing installation, Pianodrome is a amphitheater made out of upcycled pianos. So everything down to the screws have been recycled from old pianos to create a stunning amphitheater, and we have that inside of Wells Fargo's atrium. There will be piano lessons, live music, concerts. You'll want to check out Pianodrome for sure. From there, you'll go to the Green, which is home to our famous Easter eggs. So those will be scattered all throughout the green, and across from the green will be mini golf on Levine Avenue of the Arts. So this festival spans a lot of Uptown. It's very walkable though, so from one event and one location to another, you'll be able to find something to do around the corner. So it's all really within walking distance of itself.
Destiny Richards joining us now here in the Live Impact Studio. Live here for the first time, Miss Destiny. Did you have a good time covering that?
I did. I was there on day one, so that was the interview, before people flooded First Ward Park and Uptown, about 30 minutes before. And and then our Anna King went and covered the first weekend, and so I've got all the deets.
It was a good weekend, though, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, now I remember seeing you on the swing, Mikasa Sukasa.
Yeah, it's Mi Casa, Your Casa, which I wanted to say Su Casa, but
right.
That's what
Well,
it's called.
Mikasa, did you say Your Casa?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Well, it's Spanish, English.
It's a Spanglish installation.
There we go. I did enjoy that a couple of years ago when I went through Shout, and then the mini golf, the putt-putt is very fun. And the seesaw.
The seesaws were so fun. A little scary. you
actually go really high. But this is a really major economic impact as well. So it's nice to have that come to Charlotte.
Yeah, there are a lot of things about Charlotte Shout that are free. So it's basically like an interactive art playground when you go into First Ward Park, but really spanning much of Uptown are a lot of other things. So it's not just art, but music, food, and ideas, as they say. So there's a lot of speakers to watch. There are some paid events. There's obviously food and supporting small businesses. So this weekend, we were able to talk to a couple of businesses. There was Culture Palette, which is kind of like a painting studio type of place. They said that they had more than double their foot traffic that they usually have, and they got a lot of social media attention from people. So there's a lot of just like people discovering new businesses as well. And then there's also the Social Cow, which is a new ice cream shop on 7th Street Market. They had their highest grossing day ever. We were able to talk to them. Here's what they said.
So coming to Charlotte Shout, I've already gotten a bunch of messages on Instagram. Everybody's looking at us and they're like, what do you offer? We're hoping to obviously grow little by little, but this is really giving us exposure.
This has been our biggest revenue weekend by far. We did get extra ice cream to have on hand, but we've gone through it already this weekend. So we're gonna have to get some more to get us through to the end.
Wow. So that's really great. And because the weather was so great too over the weekend. So it gave people a chance. People a chance to warm up, but cool down. Warm up to the installations. Have you been, Carlene?
I've never been.
What?
I know. I've been here for 6 years.
Well, she got to take off the
and
headphones.
I still have not gone but I've seen the installations. Like I've driven by and seen all the festivities. I just have not gone. I think usually unfortunately, I have something usually going on during that time. On the weekends.
No, it's really great. And it looks so obviously family friendly with all of the kiddos and the little swings around.
Have you gone, Jane?
I've gone. Well, because
It started in 2019, so it's been around for a little bit.
So I remember covering it, when did I get here? 2022. I covered it that spring.
Yep.
And then, so I did what Destiny did, and then like the next day or a couple of days later, I went with a friend, and we did it, did the hangout, did the seesaw, and it is quite scary.
But it's really cool because it's just like people that may or may not know each other just on a bunch of seesaws in First Ward Park, and that's as much as I've seen too. I haven't gone in and seen any of the events or anything like that, but there's a couple of things happening today, if I might.
Oh, please.
Talk about that.
Let us know.
If you're planning to go today, there is, and by the way, it's 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. is when you can peruse all of Charlotte Shout
Till 10
each
p.m.
day.
Wow.
Yeah, there's some things that are at night that are really cool.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. At Sounds, Sneakers, and Superheroes, it's called an S3 PopCon happening today from 5:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. Experience live music and performances from local and national recording artists, panels, cosplay, and local clothing. comic book and sneaker vendors. So if you're a sneakerhead or like comics.
I am a sneakerhead.
I'm a sneakerhead wannabe.
Yeah. And then the Queen's Greens putt-putt course. So the putt course that's been around, but it's kind of new this year. There's a creative twist. Each of the 9 holes has been designed and built by a local artist, bringing the festival theme of conservation to life in a fun and interactive way. And you can just, have a combination of art and golf and all the things. And they'll be open 10 to 10 at Levine Center for the Arts. By the way, the Sound Sneakers and Superheroes is at Victoria Yards.
Okay.
You're a golfer. Are you? How's your short game? How's putting?
My short game is pretty decent. It probably is actually not as decent as it used to be.
I like golf too. I like putt-putt. Yeah. And I've done like driving range and
it's
fun.
Do the little putt-putt around. Yeah, I need a chip and green. That would be fun. They need to add that, but then people might lob it into the buildings and break windows and installation. So let me take that back.
I also want to mention that if there's so many events happening, it's hard to keep track of it all.
Sure.
Right.
Molly Kenny said it in the interview, but if you go onto Charlotte Shout's website, and we have a link to that on our website as well, you can actually go and click on My List in the top corner and make an itinerary to plan your day.
That interactiveness.
That's nice.
So it's pretty cool.
And then the Carolina Theater opened, and I know they're involved with some
Yeah, they did like an
ideas.
opening event.
Okay.
Yeah, and then everything kicked off on Friday, and lots of things. Since it's rainy today, maybe there's some indoor things you can try
some
to
of those
do.
ideas.
Yeah, so there'll be stuff outside, inside, so a lot for everyone to enjoy.
Yeah, people don't
Until
know
April 20th.
that till the when?
April 20th.
April 20th till
Yeah.
Easter. All right, good times. Thank you. That it's nice to see that Charlotte has that art scene, and people come to the area specifically for events like this. All right,
Definitely.
Dusty Richards joining us here. Thank you so much. Live in the Impact Studio. Appreciate you. See you. She's going to Disney World next week.
This week.
This
on
week.
Thursday. Yeah.
This week. Going to Disney World this week.
Yes, it's my birthday on Wednesday, so
Happy early birthday. Thank you. And
you.
happy birthday. And then she'll keep on going with the Charlotte Shout event.
come back and go to that.
Yeah. All right, Destiny.
Thank
See
you.
you in a little bit.